Guys, we're going to look at an investigation about seeds. And last week we talked about the word property. And the property of seeds refers to like its size, its shape, its color. So we're going to look at a couple of different types of seed. Remember, before we look at these, that seeds are living plants. They're just in a resting or a dormant stage. And living things are organisms. So I'm going to show you a few of the dry seeds that I have, and you may have some different ones at home. But I actually have a pinto bean, a lima bean, a black-eyed pea, and even a sunflower seed. So I want to pose this question. If we wanted to grow these seeds right here, remember they are living things, they're just in that resting state, what would we need to grow these seeds? So some of you may have said, we would need water, or we would need sunlight, or we would need soil or nutrients, and those would all be correct answers. But what do you think would happen if we just watered the seeds instead of planting them in soil? Do you think they would grow? And how can we find out? Well, if you said we can add water to see if they would grow, then you would be correct. So we're going to make our own mini sprouter, which is what this is called. But instead at home, you'll need a Ziploc bag, a paper towel that's wet, and then any type of bean or seed that you can wrap that up in that paper towel. And we want to see what effect does water have on seeds. What happens when we add the water to the seeds? So once you have your mini sprouter made with your Ziploc bag and your wet paper towel and then your bean wrapped up, you're going to record some things on this observation sheet. It's titled The Sprouting Seed. Now, if you notice, you can go ahead and start. Remember, your seed is a living thing. So that first observation is of that seed in that dormant state. And I have titled the date 9/14/2020, which will be on Monday. And then I've drawn a picture, and then I've discussed some properties of this seed. My seed, which was the pinto, was dark colored, it has a smooth texture, and it also has an oval shape. So those are just some observations that I've noticed about this particular seed. If you were in the classroom, you would see our class sprouter. And so our class sprouter is made up of 3 different layers. The pinto beans are on the top, then they're also in the second row, and then you have some, I think those are green peas and black-eyed peas on that third row, and then on the bottom are the sunflower seeds. And in my class sprouter, I've also put, turn it around, I've also put what the seeds look like. They're taped to the side. So that way when they start growing, I can see, hey, which seed is which, because sometimes it's easy to forget what they started out looking like. And so in my class sprouter, I would remove the top of this. I'm going to try to hold this up like this. And I would water my seeds. I'm going to try to see if you can see this. But as the water fills up to the top of this layer, it's kind of going to drip down to the next layer. And then it's going to go, you can already see some of that water is trickling down to the second layer, and then the third layer, and then the fourth layer. So that's how our class sprouter would work. And so in my room, we're going to be observing some of these seeds and seeing what happens as we add water. Well, since you can't be in the classroom, you're going to be observing your mini sprouter with your Ziploc bag and your seed wrapped in your paper towel. I'm going to move this out of the camera shot. And so for at least 4 more days, you're going to record your observations of what you see. So each day you're going to date it. You're going to draw a picture of what it looks like. Now, you may not be an artist, and that's okay, but you can draw just a quick picture of how it looks. And I want you, when you're recording your observations of your sprouting seeds, I want you to tell me what changes do you notice in that seed. Like, what changes in size? Does it get bigger? Does it get smaller? The changes in shape. Does it still remain that oval or that circle shape? Changes in color. Is it darker in color or lighter in color? Also, is the seed coat coming off? Remember, the seed coat is the outside of that seed. Is that seed coat coming off? And then I want you to think about what caused these changes. Now, the only thing that we're doing to our seeds this week is just adding water. So for the most part, water is going to be what's causing the changes in our seeds. And I think you'll be surprised to see the changes that just water can do to a particular seed. So just remember to use the sheet. You're going to record each day, and I look forward to seeing your observation.